A court has ordered the ICPC to pay a fine of 1 million naira for unlawfully detaining a former JAMB registrar. Hi, welcome to What's Happening. This are the top 10 stories. At number 1, the Federal High Court in Abuja has ordered the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission to pay a fine of 1 million naira for unlawfully detaining Dibu Ojerinde, the former registrar of the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board. Justice Obiora Egwatu ruled in Ojerinde's favor and ordered the ICPC to also pay him 200,000 naira for the expenses incurred in filing the lawsuit. The judge stated that there were clear charges against Ojerinde, but he should be presumed innocent until proven guilty. He deemed Ojerinde's continued imprisonment as illegal and a violation of his freedom rights. At number 2, President Bola Tinubu has urged Nigerians to make sacrifices for the development and stability of the country during an interview in Lagos after the Eid el-Kabir prayers. He urged leaders and followers to embrace mindsets that will drive the country towards achieving greater success. Tinubu emphasized the importance of dedicated efforts from both leaders and citizens. He promised to rejuvenate Nigeria and ensure that all Nigerians benefit from democracy under his leadership. The president encouraged Nigerians to celebrate the festival with love, peace and unity, expressing confidence that Nigeria will regain its greatness. At number 3, the Central Bank of Nigeria has established new limits for contactless payments, allowing a maximum of 50,000 naira per day and 15,000 naira per transaction. This limit will go into effect on June 27, 2023. The director of the Payments and Systems Management Department at CBN, Musa Jimo, communicated this information to banks and other financial institutions through a circular. Jimo explained that any contactless payments exceeding this limit will require verification and authorization. The central bank has also provided guidelines for contactless payments, allowing banks to determine their own transaction limits as long as they are aligned with the bank's set limits. At number 4, according to reports, starting from December 31, 2026, the federal government has given its approval to cease providing budgetary allocations to professional bodies and councils. The letter was sent out from the Budget Office of the Federation on June 26, 2023. It was said to be signed by the Director General Akabueze Ben. The impact of the decision on professional bodies and councils, which heavily rely on funding from the federal government, is still unknown. At number 5, the Kano State government has distributed food and cows to people with disabilities and those living in rehabilitation centers for the mentally disabled. Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf explained that the recipients were chosen from various emirate councils and rehabilitation centers, and this is an annual tradition to make sure the few included during the festivities. The beneficiaries included leaders of organizations for albinos, blind individuals, and patients with spinal cord injuries, among others. At number 6, Islamic cleric Raji Abdul Ghani has expressed disapproval of the recent murder in Sokoto, Nigeria, of a man accused of blasphemy against Prophet Muhammad. He argues that this act stems from a misinterpretation of Islamic teachings, as the Quran does not endorse killing or promote intolerance towards blasphemy. He emphasized that Islam should not be forced on people but accepted willingly. He also stated that the Quran does not support seeking revenge against those who renounce or blaspheme Islam. At number 7, the Osun State government has temporarily stopped the free train ride for indigents traveling to the Ileya festival due to a damaged train track. The government had made preparations for the Imole train services but had to suspend it after being informed of a train accident on the Abuja-Lagos Old Gauge line. The Osun State Ministry of Commerce expressed regret for the suspension, stating that the state government lacks control over the damaged lines as they fall under federal government's responsibility. At number 8, a clash occurred between Governor Ademola Adeleke's aides and former Senate spokesperson Dr. Jibola Bashiru at the Oshobo Eid prayer ground over a disagreement about sitting arrangements. Bashiru was asked to move from Adeleke's designated spot to the second row. Despite the absence of Adeleke, the dispute continues, leading to an ongoing disagreement about sitting. After the prayers, there was an order for Bashiru's arrest, causing the police to briefly lock the entrance to the ground. However, the entrance was eventually opened and everyone departed. At number 9, the upcoming G7 security meeting, according to Adamu Gwari, the director of the FCT Department of Security Services, will address the problem of kidnapping and other violent crimes in the FCT and nearby states. During the monthly FCT security meeting in Abuja, Gwari announced that the G7 meeting was planned for July 5th in the FCT. The meeting will be held to discuss the issue of cattle herding and scavenging in Abuja. Police commissioners, heads of security agencies, directors of security, and the commandants of the NSCDC will attend. Security agencies in the FCT have been instructed to take action on these issues. Finally, at number 10, the Nigerian Immigration Service has confirmed the promotion of 7,000 officers across various ranks and departments. The promotion was approved by the NIS under the leadership of the Acting Controller General Wuraola Adepoju, as stated by Kenneth Kure, the NIS spokesperson. The promotion was authorized by Alhaji Jafaru Ahmed, the Secretary of the Immigration, Civil Defense, Correctional and Fire Service Board, in a signed letter. Additionally, the acting NIS Controller General has appointed Tony Akuneme, the former service spokesperson, as the Controller of the Federal Capital Territory Command. That's all for today. See you next time on What's Happening.